Joining us now is Peter MacKay, former Foreign Affairs Minister. Mr. MacKay, good to see you. Welcome.
Pleasure to be with you, Renee.
So, in your experience as Foreign Affairs Minister, have you ever seen negotiations like this with the goalposts constantly shifting?
In short, absolutely not. This is really unprecedented, uncharted waters. And what we are seeing with the president and his administration makes it extremely difficult, and not just for Canada, but for all countries. He's issued letters as recently as today to some 20 countries announcing new tariffs that are very punitive, that are going to cause a lot of disruptions in supply chains, and the whole reliability and predictability factor in trade has become almost unachievable under this president. So in the short time that he's been there, it's really turned the world on its head when it comes to trade.
Certainly. Now, do you believe the Canadian government can get a deal by August 1st? What needs to happen to reach it?
Well, as you referenced it just keeps changing. We've had August deadlines now in the last 48 hours. Prior to that, it was in July. Going back to the G7 at Canada-U.S, it was different. And so there is ferocious negotiation happening behind the scenes, to be sure. But much of the rhetoric, I think, is becoming a little bit more difficult for Canadians to sort out. The elbows up, counter tariffs, that simply isn't true. There is important discussions happening between officials, but much of this is entirely predicated on what the president thinks and says on any given day. And so new tariffs, punitive ones, new rates, 35% now, which would have a huge impact across many industries. And as we know, aluminum, steel, our ag sector, the auto sector, all of this is hanging in the balance until such time as we're able to get a firm deal. And then I'm quick to add, Renee, even if we get a firm deal, which we had with the Canada-Mexico-U.S. trade agreement, that can be ripped up on a whim by this president.
Mm-hmm. Trump is placing higher tariffs on his biggest trading partners and, frankly, his friends like Canada and Mexico. How much of an impact do you think this trade war is having on the relationship between Canada and the U.S., and is it irreparable?
Well, a great point. And I don't think anything is irreparable. I mean, you're going to see administrations and presidents and prime ministers come and go. But this is very much eroding the relationship, business to business, industry to industry, office to office. I think the Canadian people, the American people, our Mexican colleagues, they want this relationship to work. And let's not forget, this has been a highly successful, profitable, and growth agenda for North America. And that's what is so unfortunate about all of this. We just want to get back to some form of normality where we have trusted friends and allies. This has implications across other important parts of the North American relationship, and most importantly, security. The president keeps pointing to fentanyl and fentanyl importation from Canada. It's 0.2%. He talks about, of course, illegal immigration. Again, it's minuscule. And in fact, one could argue that there's more illegal contraband and illegal immigration happening coming our way as opposed to, as he's described it. So we need to get back to a fact-based discussion where there is an agreed-upon statement of facts. And I think that's where officials play this important role, and so that it's not being negotiated in public, quite frankly.
Yes, that is our time. Unfortunately, we will have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Mr. MacKay, sir, for being here today. We really appreciate it. That is Peter MacKay, former Foreign Affairs Minister.